New Seasons workers across the area are set to walk off the job later this morning. The details on which stores will be impacted by the strike coming up.
And the St. Helens High School principal, who is currently on leave, now faces multiple charges in connection with a growing sex abuse case in the district. I'll break down the indictment in just 2 minutes.
Plus, Governor Tina Kotek is calling lawmakers in for a special session to approve emergency wildfire funding. We'll tell you how much money she's asking for. And with 1 day until Thanksgiving, the holiday travel rush is ramping up at PDX. We'll bring you tips on how to make your airport experience as smooth as possible as KGW News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning and thank you for joining us. It is Wednesday and it is 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go over to Rod Hill right now, taking a look at your forecast and what you need to know.
Yes, it is 6 o'clock in the morning. Hi, everybody. Starting to see fog become a little bit more widespread. This shows a 1/4 mile visibility up at Scappoose and also down into McMinnville. Like yesterday, the fog that is being reported is primarily on the west side. Salem reduced visibility down to 5 miles right now. We are generally dry out there. There's a low cloud deck up top. Portland's at 43 degrees. And our day moving forward, another day where it's tough to tell who gets some clearing, who doesn't, how much, who stays cloudy, much like yesterday. 43 currently, will be in the upper 40s, I think, for the most part this afternoon. Here's Chris.
Thanks for that. Let's get you out the door. Quick check over on the east side. ODOT dispatch telling us earlier this morning a car took out a utility pole on Northeast Sandy Boulevard. No word on injuries or the extent thereof, but the road is closed. Sandy Boulevard closed from 158th to 170th. So try Marine Drive, Airport Way, Interstate 84. To get around that. Let's take you out to SR4 if you're heading to the Washington coast. Flaggers alternating one lane of traffic near Mill Creek today, so expect some delays there as they continue utility work. And down in the Tualatin area, we'll shift down to the south. Come on, there we go. I-5 near the 205 interchange. To Rod's points, maybe a little foggy, a little drizzly out there, but so far, China, the freeway drive this morning is in pretty good shape.
Thank you, Chris. We begin at 6 with new charges filed in St. Helens. The St. Helens High School principal, currently on leave, has been indicted on multiple criminal charges in connection with the growing sex abuse case in that school district. Ashley Grams is live in St. Helens. Ashley, you looked through the court documents this morning, so walk us through it.
Well, good morning, China. This is the indictment that outlines those 6 charges that Katie Wagner is facing. 2 of those are charges of criminal mistreatment. The other 4 are official misconduct. Now, these court documents suggest that Wagner withheld necessary care from students at St. Helens High School while Eric Stearns, a choir teacher, and Mark Collins, a retired teacher, were teaching at the school. Both teachers are currently charged with several counts of sexual abuse of a minor. The charges of official misconduct claim Wagner failed to uphold her duties as a mandatory reporter when students reported allegations of abuse. Here's what one St. Helens mom had to say about the charges.
I was surprised. I didn't think at this point that she could be held accountable. It's actually a lot of reassurance that our system will work. You just have to keep fighting, I guess. It's been many years.
One of our reporters went to Wagner's house yesterday for comment. They answered the door but did not want to talk with us. Now, as for the charges, 4 of those are misdemeanors. The other 2 charges, the criminal mistreatment charges, are Class C felonies. China.
Ashley, thank you. And there were a lot of developments yesterday. It was also the first day on the job for the district's new acting superintendent, Steve Webb. How'd that go?
Yeah, it was his first day. He has a long history in education. He was the superintendent at Vancouver Public Schools until 2021. Yesterday, he gave a prepared statement and did not take any questions. Here's what he had to say.
The district has significant work ahead to repair relationships and rebuild trust. Healing this pain will take time, decisive action, transparent communication, and community engagement.
Now, in that statement, Webb said that he would work to appoint an acting principal at St. Helens High School in place of Wagner. China.
Ashley Graham's reporting live in St. Helens. Thank you, Ashley. In other local headlines this morning, Lake Oswego police served a search warrant at the home of incoming Clackamas County Commissioner. According to the attorney of newly elected Commissioner Melissa Fireside, the warrant is related to an ongoing identity theft investigation. The Oregonian, which first reported this story, cites the source saying a case involves an elderly woman. Fireside's attorney says his client has not been charged with the crime. KGW has learned the case has been sent to the Oregon Department of Justice for review because of the potential for conflict of interest in the county DA. Fireside beat incumbent Mark Scholl in a November runoff. Today, new season workers at 11 Portland metro area stores will go on strike. The union representing the striking workers is asking shoppers to boycott the chain and support their walkout. Members say they haven't heard anything in negotiations that they believe will help them earn a living wage. In a statement, New Seasons management says the average worker earns $20.75 per hour for non-management positions and that the company supports its staff's right to protest. New Seasons also says despite the strike, all affected locations will remain open. Here's a map of the stores planning to go on strike. They include all 10 in Portland and the Cedar Hills location in Beaverton. With the exception of Cedar Hills, all stores outside of Portland are non-union and will not be on strike. The strike starts at 7 this morning and will only last a day, but all 21 New Season stores, unionized or not, will be closed for Thanksgiving. The search for a missing hiker who disappeared in Mount Hood National Forest has been suspended. The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office says it halted the search based on weather conditions and the likelihood of survival, though their investigation remains open. 61-year-old Susan Fournier and her 2 dogs were reported missing Friday after she didn't show up for work. A friend later found Fournier's white Ford pickup along East Salmon River Road near a trailhead. Governor Tina Kotek has called a special legislative session next month to approve emergency funding to cover the cost of fighting wildfires. The record wildfire season burned nearly 2 million acres statewide, racking up more than $350 billion in bills for the Department of Forestry and the state fire marshal. Much of that will eventually be reimbursed by the federal government, but Kotek is asking lawmakers to find $218 million so the agencies can pay their bill as soon as possible. The special session begins December 12th. We are headed out to PDX now, where it's one of the busiest Thanksgiving travel days getting underway right now. Lots of people flying this Thanksgiving. PDX is expecting 350,000 travelers over the holidays, so be sure to get there early. Woo, look at those lines. It is recommended to arrive 2 hours early for domestic flights. And just so you know, 5 to 9, that is the rush hour at PDX in the morning. And if you haven't been to PDX since it was remodeled, you might want to take some time to familiarize yourself with the new layout. It's definitely different. You can find a map on PDX's website. Looking busy out there, Rod. You are tracking weather or maybe lack thereof when it comes to people flying out today.
Yeah, we were watching snow in Salt Lake City because Delta connects through there. The airport reporting a temperature of 34 degrees, so it doesn't look like that's an issue this morning. Denver's been right around 32, 33, and they are stacking up some snow in the city with a winter weather advisory at least through 2 o'clock this afternoon. Other than that, everything looks to be pretty good. And this is one of our Timberline cameras. It's a little grainy this time of the morning, but this is blue sky. So if you headed up to the mountain, I noticed on the cameras at Mount Hood Meadows yesterday, there were a lot of people up there, and probably will be again today, with a lot of sunshine expected. Early morning numbers up on Mount Hood at 5,000 feet have been running 21, 22 degrees, and there's not much wind up there either. It's pretty light wind across all areas of our state this morning. We have low clouds over the city of Portland, although the airport now reporting there are breaks. They're saying partly cloudy out along the Columbia River currently, and 43 degrees, but the temperature, it's 37 in Vancouver. We've seen fog start to develop on the west side. That could be a sign that the low cloud deck is breaking up somewhat as well. 39 is the number in Salem. Our forecast today is primarily dry, with sunshine developing at the coast, mostly sunny skies, central and eastern areas out through the gorge. We saw the blue skies awaiting up over the Cascades, and it will probably be a mixed bag here in the valley and up into southwest Washington of cloudy skies and some partial clearing across the area. We'll try to get up to 49 in Portland. Could be a dense fog situation for Thanksgiving morning in Portland, Salem, and Vancouver. And if that's the case, we could stay cloudy all day. Tomorrow's high 46. More of a sunny blue forecast expected as we get into the weekend. And that is your update for now.